Here I am leaving. Now let's see who's entering as I leave. Who's entering as I leave? Same time next time. This is fantastic. I want to make clear, I am not saying that the person who lives at the corner here is a gang stalker. I'm not a mind reader. I don't know a person's intention, but I do know the gang stalking pattern, and this is what it looks like. But I never say individuals are gang stalkers because normal behavior looks just exactly like gang stalking behavior. The only difference is the intention of the person doing it. So in order to find out if that was an instance of government gang stalking, if that was an instance of the government who gets my surrounding neighbors to gang stalk to socially isolate me, we would have to give a lie detector test to that person. And we would have to ask her, is she a government gang stalker? Was she doing government gang stalking? That's the only way to tell because, as I said, what they've done, they've taken normal behavior and through its repetitiveness, they made it an aversive stimulus. In other words, normally when you come out of your house, a neighbor could be coming out of their house. But in my case, every time I come out of my house, a gang stalker is there. Now, how did they acclimate me to that? Well, when it started, they would wear red, and they would have red cars passing my house. But then, when I started disseminating that they wear red, then they would just come out in their normal clothes, and they would walk in back of my car, walk in front of my car as they pulled out of my garage, or they would be pulling into their driveway as I come out of my house, or be pulling out of their driveway as I come out of my house. Now, how do they do this? They track me every time I exit my door. Now, do they have one of those, you go to a Radio Shack and you could buy those announcers that tell you when somebody goes in your driveway? Does one of my surrounding neighbors have one of those that tells them when I'm leaving my house? Because it's when I'm leaving, I could leave my house in my completely fenced yard in the back and they'll be beeping from a neighbor in the back who is a gang stalker. I'm not saying that neighbor directly in the back of me is a gang stalker. I'm saying that they get surrounding neighbors to gang stalk, and the beeping can come from a block away. So in other words, this is something we've never seen before. When we saw COINTELPRO during the 15 years that went on, we had never seen anything like that before, and we've never seen anything like this before. The United States government is unbelievably repressive, and that is because it wants to maintain what in communist China, who is also repressive, use the term Confucian harmony. Everybody must think the same. There must be no difference in people. And God forbid anybody talk about developing an individual, talk about real democracy, because that is absolute taboo among our power elites.